Hey, tell Steve Harvey I don't want her.
Right after that, I went through my very first public breakup. Now, most people after a breakup are like, I'm gonna get in better shape. But I was already in Creed shape. So I had to be like, all right, I guess I'll learn a new language. Anyway, estoy en raya. After the breakup, everyone thought I was so heartbroken because when the news came out, I was at a basketball game and they caught me looking like this.
The internet has officially combusted. What was supposed to be Hollywood's most majestic golden evening, a night where Michael B. Jordan cemented his place among the acting gods by taking home his very first Best Actor Oscar for Sinners, has descended into a full-scale, scorched-earth celebrity war. But the real explosion didn't happen on the stage at the Dolby Theater. It happened the second the party shifted to the late-night after-parties, where three world-spanning egos collided in a catastrophic chain reaction. We are talking about desperate late-night call attempts, cold-hearted digital rejections, and a jaw-dropping direct public humiliation that has left social media in absolute shambles. Future just stepped back into the ring, and he didn't just throw a subtle jab. He unleashed a nuclear strike straight at his ex, Lori Harvey, right when she was already reeling from Michael B. Jordan's legendary victory. If you thought this love triangle was buried in 2022, think again. Leaked audio, frantic backstage confrontations, and a ruthless public mocking have officially turned this into the messiest Hollywood drama of the entire decade. You are not going to believe what Future just exposed, why Lori was caught completely off guard, and how Michael B. Jordan gave the ultimate ice-cold response that set the whole internet on fire. Buckle up, hit that subscribe button and brace yourself, because every single boundary just got obliterated. To truly understand the sheer toxicity and explosive nature of what just went down, we have to rewind the clock and dissect one of the most talked about, hyper-analyzed romantic webs in modern pop culture history. Years ago, when Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey first stepped out as a couple, the entire world was captivated. They were the ultimate Hollywood power pair, sleek, stunning, seemingly head over heels, and constantly gracing red carpets with an ethereal, untouchable energy. For over a year, they were the gold standard of celebrity romance. Then, out of nowhere in June 2022, the fairy tale completely shattered. The breakup news hit the blogs like a megaton bomb. At the time, the narrative was crafted with surgical precision by Lori's camp. Word came pouring out through select media outlets suggesting that Lori was a young, fiercely independent woman who wasn't ready to settle down, while Michael was eager to commit long-term. Suddenly, Lori was crowned by internet culture as the ultimate IT girl. The unbothered queen who walks away from top-tier men without dropping a single tear. But behind that polished narrative lay an incredible amount of unresolved tension and bruised pride. Enter Future, the legendary Atlanta rapper, undisputed king of toxic heartbreak anthems, and Lori's high-profile ex prior to her launching into her romance with Michael B. Jordan. Future was never a man to take being moved on from lightly. When Lori seamlessly transitioned from her whirlwind romance with Future straight into the arms of the Creed star, Future was visibly seething. He didn't just brood in private, he took his anger straight to the recording studio. In his guest verse on the track Maybach, Future famously spat lines targeting both Lori and her famous stepfather, Steve Harvey, rapping lines that directly poked at Lori, replacing him with a lame. In leaked demo versions of his tracks, he went even further, dropping scathing, unfiltered verses mocking Lori's choices and claiming she had no choice but to settle for someone less chaotic after him. Must have forgot to tell her daddy. She begged me not to leave. She didn't have a choice but to go for lame after me, baby. While Future was letting off steam through music and internet petty posts, posting and deleting shady videos and cryptic captions, Michael B. Jordan took the absolute high road. Michael never named Future, never threw social media shade, and never allowed himself to be dragged down into the mud. He maintained a stoic, dignified silence, pouring every ounce of his post-breakup energy directly into his craft. Michael buried himself in intense training, directed Creed 3, and stepped into the transformative, dark, dual-role performance of identical twins Smoke and Stack in Ryan Coogler's supernatural epic Sinners. Meanwhile, Lori continued her high-profile dating rotation, moving on to British actor Damson Idris, a relationship that was heavily publicized but constantly subjected to ruthless online comparisons with her former glory days alongside Michael. For nearly 4 years, this delicate, uneasy peace hung over all parties involved. Michael was grinding his way to critical acclaim. Lori was attempting to build her beauty empire while navigating new relationships, and Future was lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to remind everyone that he never forgets a slurred line or a public slight. The stage was set, the tension was simmering just beneath the surface, and all it required was one massive seismic event to blow the entire lid off this pressure cooker. That seismic event arrived on March 15, 2026, at the 98th Academy Awards. When Michael B. Jordan stood up in front of millions of viewers worldwide to accept the Oscar for Best Actor in a Leading Role, the collective atmosphere of Hollywood shifted instantly. And as the golden statuette rested in his hands, the ultimate question began echoing across every social media platform on Earth. How was Lori Harvey handling the fact that the man she let walk away had just reached the absolute pinnacle of cinematic greatness? The atmosphere inside the ultra-exclusive Vanity Fair Oscar afterparty in Beverly Hills was electric. A-list directors, music moguls, and global fashion icons crowded the room, all waiting to congratulate Michael B. Jordan on his historic, breathtaking Oscar victory. Fresh off the stage, holding his Academy Award, Michael was the indisputable king of the night. But just outside the main VIP enclosure, a far more sinister, chaotic scene was unfolding. According to eyewitness accounts and corroborated reports from high-level event staff, Lori Harvey arrived at the venue wearing a show-stopping outfit, clearly attempting to exude her signature untouchable composure. However, sources allege that behind her cool demeanor, Lori was visibly unsettled by the sheer volume of attention surrounding her ex. Within minutes of entering the main floor, the environment became suffocating. Attendees were whispering, glances were being thrown, and everywhere she turned, giant screens were replaying Michael's emotional acceptance speech. Then came the moment that triggered an absolute meltdown. Insider sources report that Lori attempted to pass through a restricted VIP passage leading directly toward the private booth where Michael was celebrating with his mother, Donna, and his close director collaborator, Ryan Coogler. It wasn't a casual stroll. Multiple eyewitnesses claim Lori was actively trying to secure a moment to personally congratulate Michael on his monumental win. But before she could even reach the entrance of the lounge, she was met by Michael's personal security detail and private management team. In a moment of pure, unadulterated coldness, the security guard stepped directly into her path, placed a firm hand up, and politely but sternly informed her that the VIP booth was strictly closed to non-approved guests. Lori, stunned, reportedly tried to laugh it off, allegedly stating, "It's okay. I just want to say a quick congratulations to Mike." The guard didn't flinch. He leaned in and whispered a sentence that allegedly froze Lori in her tracks. Mr. Jordan explicitly specified the guest list for tonight. "Your name is not on it, Lori." The humiliation was immediate and devastating. Several surrounding partygoers gasped as Lori stood there, momentarily paralyzed, realizing she had just been publicly turned away from her ex-fiancé's victory circle. But if you think that was the worst part of her night, you are dead wrong. Unbeknownst to Lori, watching this entire brutal interaction unfold from a raised VIP table just 30 feet away was none other than Future himself. Surrounded by his entourage sipping champagne, Future saw the entire rejection play out in real time. Instead of looking away or showing a shred of empathy, Future reportedly let out a loud, mocking laugh, raised his glass toward Lori's direction, and immediately pulled out his phone. LMAO, she really thought the Oscar key unlocked every door. Some bridges don't just burn, baby. They evaporate. Skull karma. Within 90 seconds of Lori being turned away by security, that exact message was posted to a private, highly followed Finsta account widely known within industry circles to belong to Future's inner camp. The post included a blurry, side-angle photograph of Lori standing awkwardly near the security boundary. The initial twist had officially dropped. Lori didn't just fail to get her moment with the newly crowned Oscar winner. Her brutal rejection was captured on camera, and her most toxic ex was the one pulling the trigger to blast it out to the entire world. By 2 a.m., the story had transcended the walls of the party and erupted into an internet wildfire. What started as a leaked photo and a cryptic caption quickly transformed into an all-out digital warfare. Twitter, X, TikTok, and Instagram were flooded with thousands of posts every single minute under the trending topics Lori fumbled, Michael B. Jordan, and Future shade. The internet was eating up every single shred of information, But nobody was prepared for the second, far more explosive twist that was about to hit the blogs. Just as Lori's public relations team was frantically trying to exert damage control by dropping subtle hints to friendly blogs claiming Lori was never at the party to see Michael, and was merely passing through, a prominent Hollywood gossip outlet dropped a series of leaked text message screenshots that completely shattered her PR defense. The leaked messages, verified by multiple digital forensic bloggers as originating from a mutual acquaintance within Lori's circle, revealed that Lori had been attempting to reach out to Michael for weeks leading up to the Academy Awards. The text chain showed desperate, late-night messages sent from an unlisted number directly to Michael's private phone. "Mike, I know it's been a long time. I just wanted to say I'm so proud of everything you're doing with Sinners. You deserve all of this. Can we please talk for just 5 minutes? Just catch up as adult friends." The reply from Michael's side? Absolute radio silence. Not a read receipt, not a single word back. Michael had completely ghosted her attempts at contact. But the real shocker, the ultimate reveal that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, was who allegedly leaked those text messages. Sources close to the situation claim that Future's team actively acquired those text screenshots through industry backchannels and deliberately fed them directly to major celebrity news outlets, right as Michael was accepting his Oscar award. Future didn't just want to shade Lori on his story. He executed a calculated, surgical hit job designed to completely destroy the unbothered image Lori had maintained for years. Leaked text readout. Sender Lori. "Mike, please. The news is making this weird. I just want to congratulate you personally before Sunday." Recipient. No response/delivered. The reveal caused an absolute meltdown across the industry. Prominent culture commentators and media personalities began going live, dissecting every single word of the leaked messages. Legendary rap mogul 50 Cent jumped into the comment section of a major blog post, dropping a series of laughing emojis and writing, "Future is a different level of menace. Man held a grudge for 4 years just to drop the receipts on Oscar night. Lori, you gotta go into hiding for a month after this one." Meanwhile, Steve Harvey was reportedly spotted looking utterly exasperated at an after-party event in Atlanta. Insiders claim Steve's phone was ringing off the hook as he attempted to mediate the spiraling PR nightmare for his stepdaughter. But the momentum was completely unstoppable. The narrative that Lori was the cool girl who leaves men in the dust had completely collapsed. In its place stood a cold, undeniable reality. Michael B. Jordan had leveled up into the highest stratosphere of Hollywood royalty. Lori was left holding the bag of public regret, and Future was standing over the situation, pouring gasoline on the flames with absolute delight. The global reaction to this escalating drama was nothing short of a cultural event. The internet immediately divided into two fiercely battling camps, turning every comment section on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok into an ideological war zone. On one side stood the Michael B. Jordan loyalists and fans of raw, unvarnished karma, who viewed this entire night as the ultimate poetic justice. Comments flooded in by the hundreds of thousands. Lori Harvey thought she could treat top-tier men like disposable accessories forever. Michael kept his head down, worked in silence, won an Oscar, and showed the world who the real prize was all along. You can't fake this level of glow-up. Future dropping those receipts on Oscar night is pure, unadulterated villainy, and I am 100% here for it. Lori was out here trying to rewrite history, and Future said, "Not on my watch." Look at the difference in energy. Michael is sitting there hugging his mother and Ryan Coogler with an Oscar in his hand, while Lori is getting denied by security at the door. The universe works in mysterious ways. On the other side of the battle lines, Lori's dedicated fanbase and various cultural critics rallied furiously to her defense, accusing both Future and the internet of orchestrating a deeply misogynistic, unfair pile-on against a young woman who simply moved on from a relationship that no longer served her. Why is everyone acting like Lori committed a crime by breaking up with a man? She was 25 years old. People grow apart. The way Future is obsession stalking her choices years later is deeply weird and toxic. Michael winning an Oscar has literally nothing to do with Lori Harvey. Y'all are obsessed with humbling successful black women the second an ex succeeds. Let that girl live. Future is a 40-something-year-old man acting like a high school petty bully because Lori didn't want to stay in his chaotic rotation. It's not giving boss move. It's giving bitter and pressed. The drama quickly spilled over into major television broadcasts and mainstream entertainment news networks. Morning show hosts debated whether Future's actions crossed the line into harassment, or if Lori had brought this public scrutiny upon herself by leaning into a hyper-public dating persona. Industry heavyweights began weighing in off the record. Several prominent Hollywood producers expressed shock at how quickly the focus of Oscar night shifted from a historic artistic achievement, Michael becoming one of the few black actors in history to win Best Actor for playing twin brothers in a horror thriller, to a trashy, sensationalized reality TV-style feud. Yet, despite the chaos, Michael B. Jordan's public relations team maintained an impenetrable wall of silence. No official statements were issued, no social media posts addressing the drama were made, and no interviews were granted regarding his exes. Michael spent the morning following his Oscar win posting a simple, elegant series of photographs on Instagram depicting him holding his Academy Award alongside his mother, captioned with just 3 words, "For the family." That single unbothered post garnered over 5 million likes in less than 3 hours, serving as a silent, crushing reminder that while everyone else was rolling around in the dirt, Michael was walking among the stars. But just when the public thought the drama had reached its absolute peak and couldn't possibly get any messier, a brand new, completely unexpected bomb dropped from the shadows. Just when Lori Harvey's team thought they were beginning to contain the narrative and prepare a structured, formal sit-down interview to clear her name, an absolute bombshell audio recording leaked onto the internet that threatens to destroy everything. At approximately 4:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, an anonymous account posted a high-definition 45-second audio clip that appears to have been recorded inside an SUV outside an Oscar after-party event. The voice on the recording, which sounds eerily identical to Lori Harvey speaking in an extremely panicked, emotional tone, can be heard speaking directly to an unnamed female friend. And what is said in this recording changes the entire dynamic of this controversy forever. Voice on leaked audio. "You don't understand. It was never supposed to go down like this. Steve told me to leave it alone, but I had to see him. If Mike opens his mouth about what really happened in 2022, if he tells them the real reason we ended things, my whole brand is done. Future knows. He knows the whole truth and he's using it against me. The internet has absolutely lost its mind. What does Lori mean by what really happened in 2022? What is the dark, hidden truth that Steve Harvey supposedly warned her to keep buried? Was the public narrative of a peaceful mutual breakup regarding different life goals a complete and total lie designed to protect Lori's image from day one? Why is Future suddenly holding all the cards? And what secret leverage does he possess that has Lori in a total state of panic? Is Future preparing to drop an unreleased diss track featuring actual voice memos? Or is he planning to sit down for a tell-all interview that will dismantle Lori's entire public persona once and for all? And what about Michael B. Jordan? Will the newly minted Oscar winner continue to stay silent as his historic moment gets engulfed by this explosive secret? Or will he finally break his 4-year silence and tell the world the real story of what went down behind closed doors before he took off to claim Hollywood's highest throne? This story is nowhere near over. In fact, the real war is just beginning. The secrets are unraveling, the receipts are leaking, and the ultimate reckoning is about to hit the industry like a freight train. This is easily the most insane, explosive celebrity scandal we have ever witnessed, and things are changing by the second. We want to hear from you right now in the comments below. Do you think Future went way too far by publicly humiliating Lori on the biggest night of Michael's career? Or do you think Lori is finally getting a taste of her own medicine after years of playing with the internet's narrative? And what do you think is the real reason behind Lori and Michael's 2022 breakup that she is so terrified of coming out? Drop your theories in the comments right now. Let's get this debate raging. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on all notifications because we have insider sources working around the clock. And as soon as the next piece of leaked audio drops, you will be the first to know. Stay tuned, stay alert, and we will see you in the very next explosive update.